All right, we got to talk about the Starlight Parade that was Saturday night.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Thanks to everyone who came out to say hello to the show.
Yeah, it was a blast.
And it was a little disappointing because Fox 12 didn't even air it on television.
Did they go to commercial during us? Because when I looked up there as we were passing, they were huddled up having a conversation like they were not on it.
Let me play this talk back real quick. This listener tuned in to watch it, and this is what he said.
Hey, Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Just wanted to stop in and say, tuned into the Starlight Parade just to see you guys and Fox 12. Did you guys dirty?
Did us dirty.
It's probably only like 2 seconds of screen time and right back to the float that was in front of you guys.
Oh, it's worse than that.
Kind of sucks, but anyways, hope you guys have a good day.
So it's actually worse than what that guy said. So they showed us for like 2 seconds on TV and then actually cut to the float directly behind us, which was the high school band.
All right, move along.
They didn't cut back to the first float. They cut to the one right behind us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So why is it that, I mean, because last year, I remember looking up there and there was almost like an interaction with them. And this time, they were just like, they were doing weather reports? What the hell's going on?
Do you know what happened, Beefwater?
I don't, but
I know Susan was pissed, her promotions director.
To your question of was it a commercial break? No, that's why you stop. That's what those pauses are.
Yeah, those long pauses.
Because we waited because we were preparing to be on television.
They even held signs up that say, "Get TV ready." Like each float, you're about to be on TV. Get TV ready.
So it is a very mysterious scenario. To which, while we were right there for an easy 45 seconds to only get captured
2
for
seconds.
2.
They showed us for like 2 seconds. They didn't even show the van that we rented. So what we did is we rented like one of those big trucks that's got a video screen on both sides.
Mm-hmm. And it's got a big one on the back, too.
Yeah, on the back. And there's a weird thing with your microphone. We got to get that figured out. But they didn't even show that on TV. They just showed Casey Beefwater Bay in court holding the banner that said our social media handles.
Well, I mean, what else do you need?
I mean, which is great.
I hadn't seen the footage yet, so that changes my whole opinion.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't believe
me
it.
in court.
The real
what's up,
stars
Fox
of
12?
the show got attention.
We do so many good things for them. Even our boy there, the camera guy who's always at Bacon and Beer.
Yeah. I thought
he was
going to do us a solid and lean us in.
They didn't cut to us at all.
I saw him and I went, all right, we're going to get a nice wide shot here because that's our dude.
Granola bar break.
He even waved at it.
That must have been somebody back in the studio, though.
That's what I'm thinking.
Decides which
put these clowns on TV.
Get included. I don't know. It bums me out because, I mean, it's like we mentioned them in all of our social media posts and everything like that. So it's like.
We're not talking about Fox 12 anymore. Screw you guys.
Is there still an unspoken media turf war between TV and radio?
We have a good I thought we had a good relationship with Fox 12 Oregon. I thought we did.
We've had great coverage in the past. I think we just got passed up by a producer.
But that seemed pretty they intentionally avoided us on TV.
Yeah.
It looked like an intentional edit.
Did the other radio stations get the shaft?
I don't know. I didn't see any other radio stations, to be honest with you.
Maybe it's our own fault because I did the parade with us and then I jogged to the back to the beginning to meet up with my family and I saw my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, hey. And you know what her first comment was? How much cheaper was it for you guys to do the truck than your one from last year? And I was like, why? And she's like, I just, I liked last year.
One listener came up to me. He goes, your float last year was a lot better than this year's float.
Yeah.
I was like,
hold on a
first thing she
second.
said to me,
What?
last year's float was better.
Like 2 people are saying that to us? Come on.
I don't think so. I liked what we did this year. I thought it was cool.
But I definitely got the question.
Apparently it wasn't nearly as cool as last year.
Next year we'll just pull a trailer behind the van and sit on it.
It was a little annoying, because the truck also had speakers. It was playing like AC/DC and all sorts of fun songs.
Well, the float before us
you
really
couldn't hear
stole
us
our thunder.
Because the float in front of us was the Navy band.
Yeah.
And so they were playing the whole time, and you couldn't even hear what we were doing.
I was dancing to their music the whole time.
Right. Like, it was certain death. We could have been dead silent and it would have been fine. Because we're not just one, but 2 bands. I mean, there's a school band next.
School band behind us, yeah. Navy band in front of us.
I mean, the Navy band was great.
They were great.
pretty
If you
good.
could hear them over the fight song.
But, whatever. We didn't get any TV coverage. Who cares?
We don't need it. We don't need it.
Yeah,
It's fine.
but
It's almost like we weren't even there.
It did not hurt my feelings to be able to just get in my car and go right home.
No, and I like
you
the
missed
idea.
the traffic.
My mom is painfully harsh. She does this every performance I've ever been in. So don't take it
No,
So
I'm
it's
personally.
like could have been better, but
The last 2 years, I had to then leave there, drive the float back to the float place, drop the trailer off. Like there was a whole bunch of rigmarole that I got to skip this year by having the truck.
Boo-hoo.
And I also want to say being close to the front was nice because we grabbed a bite to eat after we got out of the parade.
Yeah.
And we left departure, I think, at like almost 11 p.m.
See,
and there were still people
guys.
Great spot.
going.
I missed my exit trying to get back on the 405, and I got stuck in that traffic in downtown.
Boo-hoo.
I was stuck in the parking garage too. I feel you.
I do have audio here. So we got to 4th and Morrison, right? Which is where
Yes.
our boy, I can't remember his name, he was on the
His
show
name is
Friday.
Eric, I
Yeah.
believe.
He spelled it E-R-C.
Not Eric.
E-R-I-C, though.
Yeah,
I
old
love
school.
the other guy who spelled it with an A. But we got to 4th and Morrison where he was the announcer, and I guess he had like coordinated stuff with the crowd there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently before we got there.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
And I pulled out my cell phone right before he did this. So for our music, he gives us whose intro's music is that?
That's
that
John
sounds like
Cena.
John
Cena,
Cena? Yeah, okay.
Because we'd brought it up to him when he was on. I was like, well, you better bring that John Cena. He's like, I got the theme.
He does, okay.
And now, weighing in at less than 600 pounds, the trio of Lady Laura, Big Daddy Drew, Tanner the Tyrant, iHeartRadio's 105.9, The Brew.
Tyrant! I cut to myself like, he just called me a tyrant?
Tanner the Tyrant.
It's got a nice ring to it, honestly.
iHeartRadio's 105.9, The Brew.
Tyrant!
Love you guys. Make some noise, Starlight Parade. How are we feeling today? Oh my God, I almost forgot. Laura, everybody.
So we start to we walk past him in his tower, right?
And he
we're
had forgotten something.
we're thinking he's done, and then
Right.
he got back on the mic.
Starlight Parade, how are we feeling today? Oh my God, I almost forgot. Laura, everybody. 1, 2, 3, bing bong! Bing bong!
Yeah, that's really all we needed.
A bing
Yeah.
bong in the streets for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, it was
He
nice.
was great.
Yeah, he was the one guy that got it right. Everybody else that we passed,
Dude, they sounded like hostage videos.
They
This is
sounded-
Tanner, Drew, and Laura,
It's like,
Portland's
and
most
didn't they
entertaining morning
and
show.
we know they had the script ahead of time, so it's
Yeah,
like,
no,
did you
it was-
read through any of these?
It was torture.
It was like an 80s news where they're just like somebody just comes in from the left and goes, this just in, and hands
Yeah.
him a sheet of paper.
Yeah.
It honestly read like a hostage video. That's
Listen
what it read like.
every morning for goodies. And everyone, I was like, I'm going to kill
I'm
whoever wrote
gonna
it.
die. Who wrote
Oh,
that?
One of you
I
did.
feel like
Did
it
Beef
was,
Water,
I
did you
think
write
no, I
that?
think it was Susan.
Every word.
Well, you know what?
Came from my heart.
It probably wouldn't have
Goodies?
sounded so bad. It was read very
Yeah,
poorly. They
okay.
could have
Wait,
jazzed
was
it up
it?
a bit.
But was
It
it?
takes-
Did you really write goodies?
No, I didn't write
It
it.
takes a
Okay,
village.
you didn't write it. All right.
Let's go to Fat Thor, who was in the parade with us on Saturday at the downtown Portland, the Starlight Parade. Good morning, Fat Thor.
Good morning, Brew Crew. Wanted to say Eli and I had a wonderful time. I love seeing all the kids' faces smiling. I also got to point out the fact that Drew tapped out before I did. I made it to the end of the parade. He did not. So who's really the big fat guy now?
I went to Casey. I go, is this the end?
Drew tapped out a half a block early,
yeah,
so I don't.
The
Yeah.
cops were right there. That's a nice
I'm
try.
pretty sure it was a mile.
Well, here's the
It was
here's
not
the-
a mile.
here's the great part. I peeled off because I had to walk back to the beginning, so I did it twice.
Yeah. Oh, damn, that's a lot of steps.
On the steps. My calves were screaming halfway through that parade. I was like, I should have done some
If
stretches
the
first.
parade went the other way, though, it would be great because the whole way, the other way is downhill.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah,
should.
the way we went
Dude, I was
wasn't
thinking that this
especially
morning.
uphill, was it?
Beefwater,
Yeah.
were you pissed off though? Because you looked mad, and then earlier in here, I think he was kind of mad that we all went to get a drink before.
Oh, he's definitely
Yeah, I
agitated.
see.
But
I hung out-
he was invited.
Hung out with Fat Thor. We just hung back and went like, oh, they must have had other plans. That's
No.
fine.
I
This
was-
is where,
okay,
this
that
is
is
where the
not-
rubber meets the road.
I looked up at the burger
Okay.
place and I went,
Yeah.
"Oh, Beefwater's not here. I wonder where he
yeah,
went."
weird. Yeah, weird.
But
He's
Drew
back-
said he said
I
something.
He's
walked
back
up
there
and
in the
down-
uninvited zone.
I
No,
walked up and
that's
down and
not
told
true.
everyone.
Yeah. And we invited, and Fat Thor, we were like, hey, bro, you coming? He's like, no. He straight up said no.
He said no to
So,
my face. So
yeah.
for him to say, he'd said, I've had a bunch of tequila already.
So we
That's what he said.
invited you,
What's he
dude.
have to do with me?
Well,
Do you not-
just
Because
threw him in
you
your
said
bucket.
you said you were in the uninvited crowd,
sad
and you were all
lads.
invited.
I'm saying
I heard you were invited.
inviting him has nothing to do with you not inviting me.
Did you? Are you saying you weren't invited?
Yeah.
But
Casey,
Drew saying
how-
he
I'm
asked you.
Standing
How
by
are
it.
you-
I'm dying on this hill.
How are
I
you
was not
ever
invited.
not invited though? Like
Well, that was the same
like,
question I was
if
asking
don't-
myself, Drew.
But if I walk up,
be
if I
honest.
don't walk up to Laura and invite her, she knows she's
Yeah,
invited.
all I saw
Yeah.
was smoke coming
I'm
off your
just
shoes.
I'm just
as you were
tagging
heading
along.
across
This
into
is-
the wild blue yonder. Well, I stayed back to
I
work.
assumed you were coming. I looked up and I didn't see you there.
Drew,
I
You were
assumed you weren't coming back.
You were super upset.
He looked really pissed.
Well, I
I got
gotta
beef.
go.
Are you upset?
What?
yeah, he was upset. I got to go with beef on this one because you guys even looked at Eli and said, You coming, kid? Oh, never mind. You're not even 21.
We went to a place
like,
where a kid can go. We went to Portland Burger.
Yeah,
you guys are whining about nothing, and
I thought
your
there was
eyes
an invite.
You were so pickled already, you didn't know what to do. Not you, the other guy.
Fat Thor.
Fat Thor's son.
It's true.
Almost took out a baby.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
Did you happen to see that?
Oh, my God.
What happened?
That mother was
so
so mad.
Are you serious? You almost killed.
Yeah, well, okay, the stick was very long.
Yeah, the
Real
banner-
quick, because we got to take a break.
The
Real
banner
quick.
was wide, right? So we hit this like narrow like sweep. And I'm telling you, it was just the most fraction of a gap between that baby's nose and that.
Oh, God. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
105.9 The Brew radio station actually injured a baby during the Starlight Parade Saturday night.
We'd get on
during the Rose
news.
Festival.
Way more
Oh,
coverage.
we would. Yeah, Fox News wouldn't have cut away then.
we were that close.
12 if that would have happened.
That's true. Well, maybe that's what we need to do next year.
Take it easy.
Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Morning 6 to 10 on 105.9 The Brew.